it showed up in my inbox, and I was like, okay, I'm putting that in the stream.
Yeah, I see that you have. You can also take it off the stream.
Not Fennec. Might have been Jassa then. Who sent me this?
Yeah, by all means, tell me who sent that as well. I would like to know.
Boop. So, Insider paper said, Justin, Trump says he will probably not run for president again, to which Cat Turd says, we call it a little trolling. Yeah, it would be funny if he hadn't already attempted an insurrection.
Yeah. So, like, I'm of the opinion that he won't try for a third term. But most of that is based on the fact that we've already got a failure under the just under his belt, and the fact that if he were to try for a third term right now, with the language that he's used, it would be closer to trying to do it through more legitimate channels, which would stonewall him instantly. That's what I would think would happen. Now, granted,
I do not have your optimism.
It is an optimistic thought. I also have to work with people who do election things here, so my brain is very much on the side of...
You have to be able to believe that an election...
I have to be able to believe that an election's going to work, otherwise why the fuck am I helping work on an election campaign? What am I doing if this whole system is fucked?
Yeah, no. No.
Buying ammunition?
Yeah, no, this is the whole thing that they do on the right, though. Like, it's always just a joke until it's not.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I guess
so,
it feels... I guess maybe it's more hedging my bets that we're not going to deal with that shit.
Like, this is their plausible deniability. Where they say, oh, yeah, no, we're not going to do that illegal thing until they do the illegal thing.
Senshini says, that's a bit unfair. The last guy who wanted to properly troll Trump back got shot by the Secret Service.
Yeah. Katini says, I think he'd probably be dead by the next election based on his physical/mental health. Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed.
Can he run his entire campaign from the White House roof?
That would be awesome.
And then, and then he just falls off.
No, he just needs to get up on the roof, and then he can, don't cry for me, Argentina. Next up, End Wokeness says, a picture's worth 1,000 words, and someone's giving the middle finger to Sydney Sweeney, which... have you seen that ad campaign for American Eagle?
I've only heard about it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, so she just... so it's like... I don't know. Don't remember the exact wording.
It's poking fun at eugenics is what it looks like. Not at, but poking fun with eugenics.
Yeah, I was gonna say no. It can't. So the video ad, I forget the exact wording, but it made reference to her blonde hair and blue eyes, and then talked about her good genes that you get from your mother and your father.
Hey guys, guess what? You know how the point with rainbow capitalism is always that rainbow capitalism is evidence that things are going the right way. When they decide that the eugenics fascists are the ones that they want to actually be marketing towards, that's the same sign, but in the other direction.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like this is exactly like when like Gillette put out their ad saying don't be like toxic masculinity is bad actually, and when Nike hired Colin Kaepernick, and the right freaked out. And both those companies made a shit ton of money off of the right freaking out. This is the exact same thing. American Eagle probably, like, if I were to guess, the marketing executive who came up with this is probably not actually pro-eugenics. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they were. But, like, it would also not surprise me if they're not pro-eugenics. They just know that will piss off people on the left, and the right will make fun of them and then buy their stuff to troll the libs.
And I mean, to be fair, it makes sense that kind of campaign would be done in the first place, because that kind of campaign has been done against the right wing for years.
Yeah.
Of course it's going to work again.
Yeah. And probably the funniest one to me was there was one where, like, before it got into how she has good genes, it said, oh, these genes make my butt look good. And the camera zooms in on her butt. And it did not look good. Like it was just not flattering. It's just like there are jeans that can make your butt look good, but like these are kind of loose and baggy and stuff. Like that's not how butts look good in jeans. You need tighter ones for that. So it's just like, again, on top of the eugenics and the whole like, yeah, no, I don't want to buy. Like, I'm not saying don't boycott American Eagle because they're putting out stuff that's pro eugenics. Like, absolutely do. I'm just saying they're not putting out pro eugenics stuff for the sake of being pro eugenics. They're putting it out for the sake of making people angry so that people talk about it. We're kind of giving into it here.
Yeah.
But like, don't do the thing that the people on the right did with Nike and like burn your American Eagle stuff. Just like, if you have American Eagle stuff, continue to have it. Just don't buy more of it.
Ken Mark says her butt was really flat. I haven't seen the commercial. I don't care to comment on how the woman looks, but
I mean, I wasn't saying that her butt does look bad. I was saying her butt in those jeans look bad. And it was like, if they didn't specifically make her say the line, "My butt looks great in these jeans," then I wouldn't be commenting on it because I don't fucking care. But like, don't tell me your butt looks great in those jeans that are very not flattering. Like,
yeah.
So, Sean Hannity posted an image of Stephen Colbert. I think 2 weeks since cancellation, Colbert still slams conservatives. Did you expect him to change because he was canceled? It's like, I've been canceled now, so I guess I can turn. Well, I mean, I guess that's what the people on the right always do. It's like, oh, I said a thing that was right-wing adjacent, and now people on the left don't like me, so I guess I'm going to turn hard right, and now I'm a Nazi.
Mm-hmm.
Did they expect that out of Colbert? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. It would, like, I wouldn't be surprised to find out that a lot of people on the right still think that Colbert is the character that he played for ages on TV. Yeah, they're saying that he's doubling down on liberal guests and jokes targeting conservatives, but it's like, is it doubling down, or is it just like carrying on?
Just doing the same thing that he was doing.
Yeah.
For years.
Like, he pokes fun at the left as well. Just, I would agree, nowhere near as much as he pokes fun at the right, but like, he makes funny, like when he shows an image of someone, doesn't matter whether the person's right or left, he will make a funny comparison of like, oh, this person looks like that.
Same old Steven.
It's just,
yeah, what do you expect?
It's just like, yeah, I did you think canceling him would make him less likely to be left wing? Hats.
They still, we still see the whole like Michelle Obama is trans shit.
Yeah, that's true.
And at that point, you just have to ask the question, even if she is, who gives a shit?
Do you remember when Bush invited Colbert to the White House because he thought that his character on TV was really him, and then he spent the whole time roasting him? Like, I think it was he got invited to host the Correspondents' Dinner or something.
Huh. No, I don't remember that, because I don't remember a lot of things from the Bush presidency.
Yeah, because you're a little baby. You were just a child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, also it was like, you're canceled in 9 months. Like, yeah. So now the gloves are off. He knows, like, what are they going to do? Cancel him?
Yeah. Like, honestly, at that point, you just kind of keep doing your thing. What's the bad thing that's going to happen if you do?
Yeah, nothing. So, Inspiring Philosophy posts, fun facts about bacon. People who eat bacon have a lower chance of marrying a 9-year-old.
I get the joke.
I also get the joke. And I would, like, yeah, because if you don't know, Muhammad married a 9-year-old, and usually the defense when you ask Muslim apologists about that is they're like, oh yeah, but he waited until she was like 12 before he had sex with her.
Yeah, it was waited until she had her period, and then they'll say things about, by the way, he recited the Quran while her period blood was seeping into his ear or some shit.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It's gross. But like, I see a Christian posting this, and my first thought was, okay, do you know who keeps voting against outlawing child marriage in the United States? It's not the Muslim legislators, it's the Christian ones.
I'll be honest.
Anytime there's a bill to raise the legal age of marriage to 18, the people against it are Republicans, and they usually use their Christian values to justify it.
So once upon a time, I would very, very often go after the Muslim faith because of the stuff with Aisha. That's the wife they're referring to there. I would like you can go after Christians for different bits about their Bible. I think that honestly the better angle of attack these days is to just look at the actual fucking things that the people that you're trying to critique support in the right now. And then go for that. And you know what? Oftentimes with Christians, you find some really weird fucking shit in the United States. Because in the United States, the Christian nationalist right basically bought the right wing. That happened during the Reagan era. So a lot of your criticisms of Christians are going to end up targeting them. It makes less sense to go after the book there because despite Christians and Muslims and people of various faiths always say, not always saying, but many of them saying that like, oh, the teachings from their books are what informs so much of their life. No, the fuck it doesn't.
Yeah, no, most of them don't read the book.
But most of them do not. There are some who do, and fine by that. But for the most part, the amount of people who say those words and the amount of people who live by those words do not share the biggest of Venn diagrams.
So what's funny is, Inspiring Philosophy did it was like 2.5 hour stream responding to one of my videos. And yes, I am going to respond to their stream. But the thing that made me laugh the most in it was when I was going over Pascal's wager and I pointed out that like, hey, Christianity is not the only religion. So like, if you're going to choose a religion, what about Islam or Hinduism or like, and I just listed religions that are not Christian. And they paused the video and went on a rant as though I had just said that Islam is a good religion to choose to believe in because there's lots of evidence for it. Like, nah, man, I just said that it is also a religion.
Yeah, that's
what
you're doing is you're putting it on the same pedestal as Christianity.
Yeah, because they like pause and be like, no, we have completely debunked Islam because of blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, I don't fucking care. I wasn't saying to be Muslim. I think Islam is wrong too. You're both wrong. That was kind of my point. But yeah, so that's Inspiring Philosophy.
Yay.
Secretary Kennedy.
Oh boy.
Says, genes don't cause epidemics. They may provide a vulnerability, but you need an environmental toxin, and we know what that is. It's sugar and ultra-processed foods.
Actually, no, Kennedy. The reason that we don't have the bananas we based all of our original candies off of is because turns out genes can cause epidemics. All you need at all is a single naturally occurring disease. And if there is enough shared genetics in the gene pool, there are also shared vulnerabilities in that gene pool. And then an entire group can be wiped out. And we have seen that happen in fruits. And guess what? We're not that much fucking different genetically from the foods we eat.
So I think this is with regards to him cutting the 22 mRNA research programs. So like mRNA is genetic material, so it's genes, so it's gene therapy, so it modifies your genes. It's like, no, that's not what it is. So like at its very basic level, yes, genes do cause epidemics because viruses and bacteria have genes, and that is how they work. Rip Gros Michel? Don't we still have Gros Michel? Like, I know Cavendish is the one that we all eat, but I thought Gros Michel still existed.
Tales of Atonement says, speaking of diseases, the health department is ending production of mRNA vaccines. Yep.
Fennec posted a link to an article about that. Gros Michel is extinct? I thought we still had it. Okay. Whatever. As long as we still have the cotton candy grapes. Those things are crazy. Have you ever tried those?
I have. They actually taste really good.
They actually taste just like cotton candy. It is weird.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird because like that is not the texture that taste is supposed to have.
I think it goes to show though that it's less that the grapes taste like cotton candy and more that the sweetener
cotton candy tastes like sugar.
the sweetener that cotton candy is based off of tastes like glucose.
Okay. So Gros Michel bananas, often translated as Big Mike. I've never heard Gros Michel called Big Mike.
I've never heard that either.
Is an export cultivar of bananas and was until the 1950s the main variety grown. Physical properties make it excellent produce. Due to its vulnerability to Panama disease, it has been almost entirely replaced in the banana industry by the Cavendish cultivar. So it still exists. It's just not common anymore because of its susceptibility to Panama disease, which the Cavendish one is... There's a strain of Panama disease that is messing with the Cavendish bananas now. So I have heard it suggested on Skeptic's Guide to the Universe, where like Steve Novella is a bit of a banana aficionado. He's like everywhere he goes, he tries all the different banana varietals that he can. And he suggested that because of the way bananas are cultivated, it is likely that within our lifetimes, there will be no more bananas.
I hate that.
Yeah. Fun fact, plantains taste more like potato than they do banana when cooked.
That's why plantain chips are what they are.
I disagree. They don't taste like potato.
They taste closer to a starch than they do a fruit to me when they're cooked.
Yeah, they are very starchy, but I don't know about potato. Like, I don't know. Heidi cooks with plantains all the time. She's an island girl. Like, it's one of her... Ooh, you can order Gros Michel bananas.
Behold, the original taste.
$17 for one fruit.
Behold,
I don't know if
the
that is
expensive place.
I don't know if that's one bunch of bananas or if it's one single banana. You could get a small box for $127, a large box for $177, extra large box for $300, and a bulk box for for 427 bananas. Who's buying that many? I mean, I guess someone who owns a grocery store. But like, if you own a grocery store and you put like a banana that you have to charge more than $17 per banana right next to the ones that are like 39 cents or whatever, the wait list is so long. There's a wait list for it.
That's what happens when you're selling a dying breed.
Everybody loves their Gros Michel. Sorry, Big Mike. Moving on. Oh yeah, this was sent to me by, I think, Fennec.
I think I'd like less of whatever the fuck this is, please.
I don't know. It showed up in my inbox and I was like, okay, I'm putting that in the stream.
Yeah, I see that you have. You can also take it off the stream.
Not Fennec. Might have been Jassa then. Who sent me this?
Yeah, by all means, tell me who sent that as well. I would like to know.
Who disturbed us with the uwu? I don't know. Whatever. I thought it was funny. Melissa the Hopeful Homemaker says, we often hear about one of the benefits of homeschooling being the extra time that a mom and her kids spend together. I read this out loud to Heidi as soon as I finished that sentence. She said, fuck that noise. Summer vacation is fun.
But we don't hear as much days of summer vacation.
But we don't hear as much about the bonus of brothers and sisters being with each other instead of apart for most of the day. Yes, it will involve a good bit of fighting, but it will also involve them learning together to play, work, and becoming good buddies to each other, which is really meaningful to see. No, that's not what happens. Now, granted, there is a lot of neurodivergence among my kids. But my three kids that were homeschooled until the youngest was in grade 1, I think. No, kindergarten. He did senior kindergarten at school. So the second youngest would have been in grade 2 and grade 4. So kindergarten, 2, and 4, we homeschooled them for. And yeah, no, they didn't really get that whole we do things together thing or whatever. And my partner's kids, who are just going to, and they've been going to school longer than mine did. They went to preschool, and everything. Those two are the ones that I would be more likely to think if they see one of their siblings being bullied, they will step in and protect them. Whereas mine, I could absolutely see them being like, yeah, not my issue. I'm just turning around and walking the other way. So yeah, as far as the sibling bonding goes, no. But also, if you're going to learn how to play, work, and become teams and good buddies and everything like that, you know where a good place to do that is?
School,
where you're exposed to a diversity of people from a diversity of backgrounds, and you get to learn how to work with and respect all of them, as opposed to just the people who are from your immediate family.
Yep.
Oh. People in my chat are saying that you need to look at your redeems.
Oh, the fuck I don't.
I feel like you do.
Daniel, the tech kid. Or tech skid 2. Daniel...
At skid.
What?
You said skid. It's like skid marks.
I don't know how to word that.
don't know.
You've decided that I'm supposed to say, oh, well. I've decided that you don't need your lungs.
That's okay. Can still type without lungs.
Yes, thank you for redeeming your points for a hydrate.
So, Sarah Stock, Christian right wing, posts picture of her engagement ring, says, I won. Fine. Congratulations on your engagement. Whatever. I don't care. She doesn't really play into the story after this. Emily Saves America posted the ring size with the skull emoji because it is small, but like, who fucking cares? Like, that's
Yeah, why does that matter?
it's such a petty thing to comment on. Like, even if you think like, oh, that's kind of a small ring,
Who the fuck cares?
you don't need to share that publicly. You can just keep that to yourself. So kind of rude. But then Morgan up here, let's zoom in on that, says she retweeted Emily Saves America's thing, and she says, you give it up for free, ho. Might want to sit this one out.
Oh.
Okay. It's getting a little spicy in here. Then H. Pearl Davis chimes in. She's been on the show before. Another right wing.
Yeah, just pearly things.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck her.
She says, Morgan, you are a single mother with a public video admitting you have HPV. You may want to sit this one out too.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with having HPV. Like, a lot of people have HPV. There's a vaccine for it. Get the vaccine if you haven't. But like, if you have HPV, that's not really shameful. But
why does it,
them, they say
matter?
because it transmits sexually, it means you're a whore. So yeah, they're like, yeah, no, you have to sit this one out because you have HPV. To which Morgan replied, "You suck black dick and probably have AIDS."
What the fuck? I mean, it's funny, but what the fuck?
I would like to point out, I did not screenshot Morgan's profile, but it's very Jesus-y. It's all about
the good Lord wanted me to tell you, you suck
Christian
black cock.
nationalist. But yeah, people are asking why are we bringing race into this? So funny thing about that, okay, yeah, no, there's one more from Emily that comes up, but in the response to this one, actually, yeah, no, so Pearl did respond to that, saying that she doesn't have AIDS. And then all of the responses to that were a bunch of racist people being like, notice how she didn't deny sucking black dick.
Why would it matter if she sucked black dick?
Yeah. So
why is that a thing that we care about?
It absolutely does not matter. But these right-wing idiots are just, they're obsessed with it. But
they're very obsessed with black cock.
Yeah. They think about it a lot more than I do. And I would actually suck it. I will tell you right now.
I mean, if the girl's black, I will suck her dick. I don't care.
Yeah. I'm just thinking back to all the jokes that I made before I knew that I wasn't straight about how my lack of a gag reflex is wasted on a straight man. But yeah, then Emily Saves America retweeted the "You Gave It Up for Free" ho one. Says, Morgan, your baby daddy abandoned you. You're raising a bastard child, but yet somehow, some way you think you're better than me or anyone on this app. You gave it up for free, got left in the dust, and now post rage bait on X to supplement the inadequacy of your monthly child support payments. It's like, wow.
Huh. There's
no hate like Christian love.
Nope. Not at all.
It's like, it's just like, I don't know how I got into this, but I was just like, I was reading it. Heidi was reading it. We're sitting there like, this is like Real Housewives bullshit. Heidi was like looking up the backgrounds of all the people in here, and I'm just like, no, they're all just right-wing anti-feminist trolls. The funniest is, I think it was Pearl, is like very public about how women shouldn't have the vote. And it's just like they are using their voice to loudly proclaim that women should not have a voice. It's just one of those things where, like, if it wasn't for feminism, you wouldn't be able to do what you are doing to fight against feminism.
Yeah.
Why didn't you warn me I could have made popcorn? There was a whole warning slide right there. I told you there was drama coming there. Because why else would Heidi want in?
I'm just here for the tea.
Because she loves me. That's why. Not long enough to make popcorn. That's fair. But if I were to delay long enough to make popcorn, then you may as well fix my audio problems or something. Like you could have made popcorn then. That was plenty long.
Never fix your audio problems. We like it way more when it's funny.
I have no idea. I still have no idea what happened. Like I don't know. I just don't know. No, I didn't skip Tim. I went backwards. So Tim is next. Tim says, this is one that I just found in my folder that I think I saved before I went on vacation. So this is an older one. So I don't really remember the context of what was happening at the time, but says Pam Bondi is just keeping the tens of thousands of child porn videos for herself. I assume that's related to Epstein.
Oh boy,
they're not releasing the files. So I just think I think it's hilarious that Epstein might be the thing that finally gets Trump to lose support of a good chunk of his base.
He's the one thing that unites all of us. And it's weird. I don't know how to feel about it.
No, yeah, I don't like that sentiment. Please don't say that. Yeah, and Fennec is pointing out, he said it like he wants some, which is why.
You're just trying to keep all the kitty porn to yourself. Give me it.
I actually, now that you say that, I do remember thinking that when I took the screenshot, and that's why I took the screenshot, and then I forgot. And thank you for reminding me, because I would have just walked on by there without, like, I wouldn't refer to someone that has tens of thousands of child porn videos as keeping it to themselves.
This is like when Trump said that I never had the privilege of going to Epstein's Island.
Yeah. And I wish Ghislaine well.
I wish her well.
Yeah.
You don't say that about people that you would rather be burned at a stake.
Exactly. And people who exploit children, some of those people, I do not wish them well. Table Salt said, Canada is banning people from entering forests. That's it. That's the tweet. Yeah, so super dry conditions. We're dealing with forest fires in Canada right now. And yeah, there's a $25,000 fine for, like all the public parks are closed. And there's a $25,000 fine if you're found in one of these parks while they're closed. Because, like, you are potentially causing millions of dollars of damage. So we'll fine you $25,000. Like, it's not really an issue. Like, this is a bit more drastic than normal because there's also restrictions on private property. So, like, if you have a bunch of forested area yourself, you're still allowed to use it yourself, but you're not allowed to invite a bunch of friends over to use it. Okay. And that fine still applies. And so I can see how you might say that's overstepping a bit, but, like, when it comes to forest fires, like, the fire don't care where the property line is. So it's just all about mitigating risk. Like, right now, I'm in an air quality warning because of the forest fires in, I think there's some in Quebec right now. They might be out west as well. I'm not sure, but, like, there hasn't, like, there's been a lack of rain all across Canada. Like, my grass is brown right now.
That's depressing.
Because we just haven't had... We had a thunderstorm today. No rain, but lots of thunder and lightning.
Was it very, very frightening?
Galileo
Magnifico.
Figaro. Magnifico. Hey. I'm just a poor boy. Nobody loves me.
He's just a poor boy from a poor family.
Spare him his life from this monstrosity.
Somebody's going to clip that and just say, yep, that's what happened on my stream.
That's the stream.
That's all it was.
Bismillah, no.
I am now violently reminded that I should have... This is proof that I'm way too tired. I should have set my stream buffer on so I could have just clipped it myself.
Oh, is that what stream buffers are for?
Yeah, I just learned about this recently. You set a stream buffer and it always records the last 2 minutes of whatever you're doing. So you have a separate button that says record stream buffer, and it will grab the last 2 minutes of whatever you did and store it for you wherever you have all, like, your OBS output set to. And then you can turn that into a clip later anytime you want.
That sounds like work.
It's annoying to set up the first time, but like with every other thing we've talked about, once you do it once...
It saves you time.
Saves you time.
Okay, next tweet. So this was in response to that, with the right wing people are all up in arms about it, being like, "Oh, they're against our freedoms. They're taking away our freedoms to use our property or whatever." So this person, no idea what their affiliation is. You can guess from the fact that they pay $8 a month for this hell site. They say, "Grok, who is the premier of Nova Scotia, and what political party is he affiliated with?" And Grok responds, "As of August 2025, the premier of Nova Scotia is Tim Houston, affiliated with the Progressive Conservative Party." So that would be the right-wing party.
What's a progressive conservative?
That is when we used to have a provincial party known just as the Progressives, but they were right-wing. But they were kind of center-right. And they didn't really do very well. Well, they did okay. I don't know. I forget. The details are a bit hazy because this happened in the 90s. But they merged with the Conservative Party. So we had the Progressives and we had the Conservatives. The Progressives were not actually progressive. They were center-right. And they merged with the Conservatives to become the Progressive Conservatives. So it's the PC Party.
Okay.
It's one of those things where the word doesn't mean what they're trying to make it mean.
Had that conversation with one of the Magic players that I play with recently, where they said something about like communists like what Mussolini did, and I was just like, yeah, that's not communism. And before we get into the word socialism, neither is what happened with the Nazi Party. And like I got the head tilt, and I just went, look, if you're gonna use the argument about the name, then North Korea is a republic. Like North Korea is democratic. That's where we're at right now. And he just kind of like laughed, and he was like, touche. Like, okay, cool. That made this conversation far less painful.
Yeah, that works. But their whole thing was like, we're conservative, but we still want to have these progressive stances on certain things, and I don't know, it wasn't really working for them, so they merged with the actual Conservative Party. And then Table Salt again says, "I feel like walking in a fucking forest is a basic human right. Literally the most basic one." What? How is walking in a forest the most basic of human rights?
Freedom of movement. That's where he's getting it from. So a lot of people,
Is this a libertarian thing where they don't believe in private property either?
Kind of, sort of. It's a thing that's shared between your libertarians, your like sovereign citizen types, like a lot of your I'm a human and I'm an island type of people do the I should be allowed to walk in a fucking forest. That should be like the most basic thing I should be allowed to do is leave my goddamn home.
But at the same time, nobody's saying you can't leave your home. You just can't go into these places that are likely to catch fire if you drop a match. But like, I just can't square that with it, because my picture of libertarians also has them being the people that will point their gun at your face and be like, "Get off my land!" And so like, but being on your land is apparently the most fundamental of rights.
But remember that a lot of these people are also then every man's an island and every man's home is his castle. And then you could extrapolate one step further from that.
But I have the right to walk on your property because walking in a forest is a human right. It's the most basic human right. And just because you happen to own the forest.
It's not that it's the most cogent of philosophies. But in order to communicate with the people that have that philosophy at all, you have to at least be able to understand it.
Because like, if this is just the right to movement, you can still go places. You can still hop in your car and drive on the road. Sorry, travel on the road. It's not driving, so I don't need my license. It's traveling.
That one's always been weird to me.
Yeah, no,
I'm traveling, actually.
Do it. I'm not driving, I'm traveling. It's like, yes, but the method of your travel is to drive an automobile, and for that you need a license. You are free to travel without a license if you get out of your automobile and walk. I don't understand how they don't understand the difference there, but yeah, libertarians just don't make sense. Have you read the book? I think it's called A Libertarian Walks Into a Bear.
No.
Yes, it's called A Libertarian Walks Into a Bear, The Utopian Plot to Liberate an American Town. It is the story of, I think, Grafton? Where is it? The state whose thing is live free or die. New Hampshire?
Okay.
Is that the one? Yeah, Grafton, New Hampshire. So they moved in, libertarians took over Grafton, New Hampshire. They moved in and they started their whole, like they anytime there was a town council meeting or whatever, they voted for the libertarian thing or whatever. And the town just like devolved over time. Like they lost the fire department and you'd have to like pay for fire services yourself. And because they didn't want rules about what you can do, there was like a lady that was feeding donuts to the local bear population, and so the bears were messing with them.
Okay.
And like it's a wild story. I highly recommend that book. It's a really good book. Yeah. Anyway, that's table salt being libertarian, I guess. And then William Wolfe says, killing people is one of the... Oh, so he's retweeting Bethany Mandel says, I've never understood why why more conservatives aren't anti-death penalty. I don't trust the government to run my healthcare. I definitely don't trust it enough to kill people. So aside from I don't trust it to run my healthcare, because they're not the ones running the healthcare, they're just the ones paying for it. It's the doctors that are running it. So that's just... It's just insurance, but... not private, so there's no profit motive, so you pay less. It's the doctors that are still making the medical decisions. But I definitely don't trust it enough to kill people. So yeah, no, absolutely. That's where we said earlier, if there's, I feel like if a prosecutor pushes for the death penalty and then it turns out that person was innocent, that prosecutor is now up for the death penalty. I feel like that is fair.
I do too. Because
if you execute an innocent person, then that is murder, is it not? So there you go. Just make it capital murder, and now you lose the death penalty. But then William Wolfe says killing people is one of the main jobs of government. Literally, the sanctioned use of lethal force is the foundation of legitimate government. Is that what it is?
I can see where he's coming from. So
yeah, he's going from the libertarian track of any law is automatically at the end of a gun barrel, because if you follow the chain down of breaking the law and not complying or whatever, eventually they point a gun at you to force you. But
like I can see where he's coming from, and I actually agree, but probably not for the reasons that he thinks. Because like any government that cannot exert force is a toothless government. It's merely a body that's giving suggestions, and that's not enough to actually like police people in any meaningful way. But that's more of a thing that you should be critiquing from the bottom up as opposed to justifying from the top down. Yeah,
but I would also say, like, he's saying that killing people is one of the main jobs of government. So I'd say, like, yes, maybe government's power ultimately does come from threat of force at the end, but that doesn't make using that force the main job of government. I would say the main job of government,
should be taking care of its
citizens. It depends on the governments throughout history, but I would say that ideally the main job of government is to take care of the citizens, to make sure that the people that live under the government are well cared for. Like, that is the job of government. It is not to use its force, it is to care for the people. And part of caring for the people is not having the death penalty, because sometimes innocent people get found guilty. And we don't want to kill innocent people because the justice system will never be perfect.
And yet, there are people who want to say silly things like, the main job of the government should be Mordor.
Yeah. One does not simply walk into Mordor.
No. But they can get on eagles and fly.
Apparently not. Do you know why Sean Bean kept on, like he's the guy who played Boromir, kept on... getting like flustered and looking down as everybody's talking or whatever?
No.
It was because he got his lines for that scene the morning of, and so he didn't have them memorized, so they were like taped to his knee. So he kept looking down at his next line, but he's like acting as though like that's part of him being flustered and upset or whatever.
Huh. That's actually really funny.
Yeah, Marlon Brando'd that.
That's actually a technique that I was, not that specific one, but that's a technique we were taught in drama is that if you forget your lines, your character is now somber. If you forget your lines, your character is it's just on the tip of their tongue. Not your tongue, their tongue.
It's a fine distinction, but it is a distinction.
Yeah, it is a distinction that makes all the difference when you're acting.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not sure how this came up, but I must have hit the wrong button. So do you remember this?
There's a lot of words there, and I can't read them.
No, this was one of the times when I made the point about how if you read anything that Trump has said out loud in a transcript, it becomes so like when you hear him say it, it almost sounds like he's being coherent if you're not really paying close attention. But then when you like read his words written out verbatim, it is so clearly nonsense. So like this is the shark story. Really. So I said, let me ask you a question. And he said, nobody ever asked this question. And it must be because of MIT, my relationship to MIT, very smart. He goes, I say, what would happen if the boat sank from its weight and you're in the boat and you have this tremendously powerful battery and the battery is now underwater and there's a shark that's approximately 10 yards over there. By the way, a lot of shark attacks lately. Did you notice that? A lot of shark. I watched some, like, it's just incoherent nonsense. Do you remember the shark story?
I do remember this now. Yeah, that's just fucking gobbledygook.
Fennec says label the buttons. It's a fucking stream deck. They are labeled. I have countdown, standby, end credits, just us, tweets, articles, temporary ones that I should have cleared before the stream, but I didn't. There's my stream profile button that didn't actually do anything. No, I don't have porn buttons. So I take greater care than what's his face from Oklahoma, the guy that wants the 10 Commandments in the classroom. Mm-hmm. Did you hear about that?
No.
He went into a district school board meeting or whatever, and as part of the meeting, he had to like bring some people into his office for more privacy because you got to talk about specific stuff with kids. That's a normal thing that happens. Mm-hmm. But he had a Walters, that's his name. But he had a projector going with his laptop mirroring the screen, but he didn't realize that it was mirroring the screen. So a person was very surprised to see naked ladies show up in the projector because he was watching porn during this meeting.
Huh.
I think it was Walters.
That's way funnier than it should be.
Oh, there's a direct quote that I have to read. If you have not heard this one, he says, any suggestion that a device of mine was used to stream inappropriate content on the television set is categorically false, he wrote. I doubt it. Where's the quote? We gotta get okay, here we go. So this is someone named Carson says, quote, I was like, those are naked women. And then I was like, no, wait a minute. Those aren't naked. Surely those aren't naked women. Something is playing a trick on my eye. Maybe they just have on tan bodysuits. This is just really bizarre. I saw them just walking across the street and I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I even have to use this language, but I'm like, those are her nipples. She continued. And then I'm like, that's pubic hair. What in the world am I watching? I didn't watch a second longer. I'm sorry. That's just such a beautiful.
It was her pubic hairs. And I'm sorry to use this language. Pubes.
But nipples. No, nipples was the language.
What a fucking pussy. I'm sorry to use this language. Nipples.
I know, but that was one of the people that wasn't expecting to see his porn show up on the screen. But yeah, so he was watching porn in a meeting with parents. You didn't hear about that?
I heard about it, but I think it got memory hold.
Okay, I'm glad I didn't search for this on stream, though, because the words I decided to type into the search engine was Walter's porn meeting. And yeah, so there are images.
That sounds like something that Animations would make a thing about.
Yeah, no, there are images that came up, and I'm like, I'm better than Walters because I always take great care to make sure that stuff like that doesn't show up on stream, except for that one time when I accidentally showed my desktop and the thumbnails of all the fan art that's been drawn of me were visible. But they were just little, so you couldn't tell.
Itty bitty porn.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so that's it for the stream. Whee! Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us through the technical difficulties at the beginning.
There were no difficulties. What are you talking about?
Everything was perfect.
Ignore the smell of gaslight.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of gas, you,
Did you just fart?
maybe a little.
Hot.
To each their own.
Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I really could not do any of this without all of you. Those of you watching, and especially those of you who support me on Patreon. I wanted to go ahead and take a minute to thank all of you who do that, because with YouTube being what it is these days, I really cannot do this full time without the support from each and every one of you. Those people would be Red Joker, Purple Poundini, Jemshin, Britzkrieg, Jupe the Malignant, Michael, Ravalern, Mabbity Babbity, Astral Frontier, Tales of Atonement, Nixie-chan, Kiri Artemis, Limor Pinku, Love Bunny Games, Victorian Alchemist, I'm not saying the last part of that, and you know that, Aurora, Leela Ururaka, Arcton Arclacier, Kiratorian, Dren Hadamata, Jordan M, John L, Lord Bleck, Smiling Game Master, and Fireshard. Thank you so very much. But since you're here, why not go ahead and try watching another one? There should be one that's on the screen right now. And if you are a patron of mine, I wanted to go ahead and thank you again for all of your support. There is still a video you could press though, if you'd like. I would appreciate it. Just a little bit.